What up folks, I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the Transformers Rise of the Beast Transformers Studio Series 103 Rhinox. That's right, my zillions, it's Rhinox, and there's the art of Rhinox, and art there, and some art there. Ooh, it looks really cool there. And there's Rhinox in the box, and there he is on the back of the box, and there's a backdrop included. But that's not important right now. I obviously didn't get this upon release exactly. It's been, I don't know, at least a month since it's been out, I would say. And tell you the truth, when I got this earlier today, I wasn't prepared to get him yet either. I was hoping for a deal, and guess what? There was a deal. Sort of. What I did find was three sections of a shelf, I should say, with three clearance buzzworthy Bumblebee products. 50% off each of them. However, none of those products were actually there. In those places, though, it was filled with other Transformers toys. And in the Voyager, the very, I couldn't tell what that Voyager class figure was. Very, hard to decipher. Was a whole row of Rhinox figures. I was like, is this on sale? I could swear it says BB on there, you know, and the rest seemed like one was Grimlock and one was the Autobot 2-pack, the dead Autobots. But I couldn't tell what this one was. I was like, could it be this? You know what? I took a picture of it. And I normally don't do this stuff. Like, you know, if things are, you know, messed up on the shelves, that's one thing. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. But, like, everything seemed like it was messed up. So I was just like, you know what? That's not on me. I took a picture of this. I went to the self-checkout. I scanned it at regular price. Called the guy over though. I was like, hey, look, this is the picture of what it is. I can't tell what's supposed to be there at all. It says Studio Series. And it is the right price, you know, the right base price. So he looked on his little computer thingy, and I mean, there was no argument. He gave it to me for $16.99. So, half price Rhinox. I will take it. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. And there's Rhinox, in his little display thing. I'm just going to throw this out. I don't like these things at all. This little Peru thing. If you guys like this, that's cool. I'm not, you know, sparging anybody, but I don't like this. It's just cardboard, and it needs to be thrown out. Yeah, there you go. All right, and here now is Rhinox proper out of the package. And he's an interesting figure. Like, I don't know, out of the package, and for a little while, I'm just kind of like unimpressed. But the more you mess around with him, the more you kind of like him. I would say my biggest gripe at this second is I don't like his proportions too much. His lower half is really, really short looking compared to the giant upper half. But he's, at the same time, he's kind of like a Masters of the Universe figure. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of cool. And I wouldn't doubt that this dude was kind of based off that. Off of, like, you know, an old school Masters of the Universe. He's got a big old like hammer as a weapon, and that looks pretty cool actually. You got some nice silver there. This is an awesome bludgeoning weapon for sure. It's actually pretty cool. Not a bad thing here, guys. Not a bad thing. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? He's very Motu. Yeah. What's the designer's name? Emilio Santalucia? Did I say that right? Did I remember that right? That he designed this guy? Because it kind of looks like he did. There's some cool stuff going on here. There's a lot of like coppers and silvers, and there's interesting textures. Like, his hands are okay, but then the rest of his arm is pretty good. Look at that. Look at the shoulder pads. Beef. And look at it in there. Look at the copper. Copper is good. I like how that looks. This is the other side. You see some cracking in there too? Or is that maybe like rhino like shaped things. I don't know, but it looks good. Again, the shoulder pads in silver look really nice. The chest is good. He's got a nice little Maximal symbol there that's like, you know, you could miss it actually. But it's there. It's subtle, but it's there. It's in silver. Very nice. I love the chest. I love all of this going on. His head sculpt is not bad. I would have liked his head sculpt to be a little bit better. He's got some silver paint, but they didn't like really highlight the eyes very well, you know, so that's a bit of a bummer. Let's zoom in. Yeah, there is like a goldish in there, but I don't know if mine is just messed up because like one eye I'm not even I see it in that. It's like a goldish green. And the other eye is just not there. I think I have a QC error here, guys. Because that looks weird and bad. So, that's a bummer. I'm going to have to check that out further. But I'm pretty sure that's a bummer. And that would have made this guy more alive for sure. But, you know, silver goes up there pretty good. This is the back. It's nice and clean. Looks really good. He's got a tail. Have you ever seen this tail? Yeah, it's pretty good. The back of the arms look pretty decent. Let me zoom out just a tad here so you can see it a little better. The back of the arms look pretty good. The back of the legs look pretty good. The back of his crotch, the butt is just some screws. Hey, diecast content. And diecast content in there. Look at that. It's pretty good. It is true, though. Then the hip skirts. I wish there was a hip skirt for the back. Oh, there should have been. They really should have tried to work that in there. Like, I guess because, you know, you have this down here. I guess it's supposed to work like that, but it doesn't really do it for me. But, you know, if it does it for you, it's fine. But, you know, you got that copper on there as well. And then the lower legs look pretty decent. You know, just a little bit of gloss on the legs here. Silver gloss. It's not a ton, but it's there. You can see it. It reflects. That's pretty good. The feet at the bottom, they're alright. They're not bad at all. Bottom of the feet has some sculpt work, but it's kind of hollow. So, I don't know. Yeah, the lower half, not as good as the upper half. And then the head sculpt, I'm really realizing why it's a bummer to me. Because the paint is either non-existent or off, or something is definitely up there. Otherwise, you know, he's beef. He's got some beef to him. And that weapon is pretty good. So, which I think does something. Transforms or something. Oh, yeah. See, it does something. But I don't know if that's just for storage or whatnot. I'm going to guess it's something like that. This is going to store somewhere like so. Maybe put it right back here. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. So if you don't want it on him, it could go back there. But not terrible. For articulation, the head moves, but it's very hard to move. Then you got the waist swivel. You can move these up, so you get more out of your shoulders. And you go up and down, and you got a single jointed elbow. Swivel at the wrists. The legs do a full split. Kicks forward really well. Goes back really well. You get some rotation here in the thigh. And then a double jointed knee. And I just did some sort of cracking action. I don't know what that was. And then the foot has a nice hinge. And it rocks very, very well. So, you know, it's good Transformers articulation. And for your size comparison, here are the other two Studio Series Rise of the Beast figures that I got so far. With Optimus and Bumblebee. I didn't get Cheetor or Airazor. I didn't really have that much of an interest in getting them, so I don't think I'll be getting them. But you never know. You never know. I am getting Optimus Primal, of course. I do know he's out in some places, and I did get my notification from Hasbro Pulse that it's coming soon, so let's see how soon, but it should be coming very, very soon. And one more size comparison. How about the Kingdom of Rhinox? I do not have the original, I'm sorry. The Kingdom Rhinox, who I never reviewed. Yeah, I never reviewed this guy. That's a bummer. I did start a review for this guy at one point, but I never finished it. Did I put him in my last reviews that never were? If he wasn't in my last one, he's gonna be in the next one. I can't recall, but at some point, maybe I'll do him. So with that all said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's Maximals! And here's Rhinox all transformed, and it's not bad. There's some things I question, like I would have loved to have this spiky side on the outside. Like, wouldn't that make sense? The way they did it is just so odd. But when you do that, you lose the you would lose the knee articulation on it. So, man, feel like it's a missed opportunity here. Those spikes would look so much better on the outside, and like, you know, you have all this like rhino looking hide there instead of all this exposed stuff. So I don't know. Then you got this giant hole in the middle, and they couldn't figure out a way to make this be the thing that closes it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't this go? Can it go in? Wait a second, guys. Okay, so none of the directions, I'll tell you that. But if this could go in, because it does shove in. Oh, that's so bad. You have this open space here. Wait for it. You have this open space right here that's doing absolutely nothing. They should have made this little thing been able to fit in there, because this can actually shove all the way up his head. And then, oh, it's so close, Hasbro. Why do you do this to me? Look at that. That's so close to being a great filler. I mean, as it is, it kind of sits there. I'm going to leave it there because you could put this on his back as well, but why would you do that when you could do this? Ah, so close. But you know what? It's sitting there. I'm going to leave it because that's a much better spot for it. You know what I'm saying? It fills up that big gaping hole there. Otherwise, I like it. I like the rhino head. The horn's a little loose on mine. I don't know if that's across the board, but it feels a little loose. His mouth opens in this mode. The eye, there you go. There's a nice green eye. Looking good. Same on the other side. Yeah, sort of. Works. Screw hole there. On the side of his head. The shape isn't bad, you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I like the tail. We saw the tail before. Got a nice hide on the back. It's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of dig it. In a way, I kind of dig it more than the other mode. He's got, you know, articulation in these feet, which is his regular feet, and these little feet have some articulation as well. And then all the other articulation is articulation we've seen. This head, except this head, you know, this is new. This head moves like this. It doesn't turn, though. So you get a little bit of articulation. It's not that, I don't think that's supposed to be articulated. But yeah, you know, as always, there's like little things that Hasbro could have done that were like right there to make their figures better. And they didn't. So, but, you know, it is what it is. I like it. I think it looks good either way. So there's that part of it, you know. But man, yeah, like if you turn these around, let's just to show you. So that's on the outside, and then you have this there. You do lose the You lose the articulation there, and you lose this kneecap. But you gain all of that. I wish they were able to do it, man, somehow. Oh, now he's all falling apart. But yeah, I wish they were able to do that. I like the paint on his face, too. Hey, there you go. And for your size comparison in this mode, we have the Kingdom Rhinox, who I've just transformed for the first time ever. Kind of, sort of. He's not tabbing in where I want him to, but I digress. It's just a show. And this looks cool. It makes me want to review him now. I guess I should, since I've been messing around with him. I'll put him on the to-do list. The large to-do list. But yeah, these are cool. This guy obviously looks pretty much way better in this mode, but this is, more Bayverse-ish, I guess, even though it's not technically Bayverse anymore, is it? Well, yeah, it is. And my final thoughts, and I did finally put this on top. I didn't show it in the review, but, I kind of do like it up there in a way because it makes it feel like a Zoids, and that's cool, and I love Zoids. So, that's cool, but I would still have preferred this to go on in there. And, this figure suffers from that thing I always have with Hasbro figures, Transformers, and that's like... And, it goes over to Takara, too, because they're involved heavily in the engineering of this, but, like, there are things that are just right there, in my opinion, to figure out, like, one engineering step away from making something that's to something that's like that in there to fill that out. Figuring out how to get these parts on the outside. Right there. I feel like they're right there, and it wasn't figured out. So I don't know what to say about that. That's something that always bugs me, and that is very prevalent with the line. So I just don't know what is up with that. But otherwise, I don't hate the figure. I think it looks pretty cool. In robot mode, it has a very massive universe feel, and I can appreciate that. I do like this Rhino mode, all told. I like his head sculpt a lot, so there's things to like here, for sure. Somewhere in the middle on this one. It's gonna stay in my collection. I think it's cool enough to stay in my collection, and it's made me finally want to do my Kingdom Rhinox review, at some point soon. I hope, now that he's around and transformed, I've been messing with him a little more. I don't know how that ever got backlogged, but it did. But anywho, this one is okay. You guys let me know what you think down below. If you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself to daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out.